I, like many of you, want to know the burning question of, are aliens and UFOs real? And if so, are they visiting our planet? Now, obviously, we're not getting disclosure anytime soon from any world governments, so it's left to the good people who post their experiences online. And I have found 5 UFO experiences that I can't explain. If I could explain, I'll let you know about it, but these ones were pretty weird. And I wanted to share them with you guys to get a bit of context to see, well, what you think of it. So the first one that we've got comes from Reddit. These all come from Reddit, by the way, because Reddit is a really good place to get your footage. It's not like that crap that you get when you like look on Instagram and stuff. It's a genuinely it's a hot place to get footage. So this is a fiery object in the sky. So hello everyone, I saw this object in the sky on my way to work this morning. It appears to have a fiery trail, as if it's entering the atmosphere. I was thinking possibly a satellite on re-entry. This was recorded on the 25th of November, so yesterday at the time of recording, at 5:04 a.m. facing east, located at Tampa Bay area, Florida. Tampa Bay area, sorry. So obviously this is fantastic context, and this is why I love this clip, is because they've provided the date, a timestamp, and they've also literally said the location and which way they were facing. Like, this is amazing stuff, and I'm intrigued to get into this footage just to see like what we can make of it. There we go. Now I'm going to leave it on a... No, I don't want that. I want to leave it on a loop. So I'm going to leave it on a loop because what's interesting about this, right, and what gets me, is obviously there's a smoke trail behind it, and there's obviously like a light streak behind it, which does imply like it's burning up to some degree. And there's multiple things that this could be. It could be a satellite on re-entry. It could be, it's not a plane. If a plane looks like that, I'm massively concerned for the airline. It could be a meteor, entering the Earth's atmosphere. Obviously, most meteors do enter the Earth's atmosphere, but they disintegrate and they like melt up before they even reach the surface of the planet. It could be a meteorite that was captured. Do I think it's a UFO? It's a difficult one. It definitely looks like something's burning up on re-entry. I don't know if this is necessarily a UFO, in my honest opinion. Obviously, the red and orangey kind of glow to it does kind of once again imply something on fire. So maybe this is something burning up on re-entry. But let me know what you guys think about this one, because I genuinely, I'm baffled. Because if it is something on re-entry, then what is it? Obviously, I've given out 2 thoughts of my own, one being a satellite, obviously, like the person said in the thread, but possibly also a meteorite. Genuinely curious. Let's have a look in the comments. The comments state potentially a rocket launch. I live near Orlando. That's not a bad idea. Seems to be a SpaceX launch. Interesting. That's from the original poster. So could be some kind of satellite or SpaceX launch. Rare to find a red comet. Definitely nothing I've seen before, especially SpaceX. So that's someone kind of taking back that claim. A lot of thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to rule out UFO on that one, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So the next one is my HICE/CE5 contact experience continue. So this was just a short clip from a few of the videos that I recorded from the other night. I was in shock at the type of things that I was seeing. I'll upload a longer video soon. Just super busy at the moment, and I want to include slow motion shots, better breakdown videos, etc. But I have a ton of activity in this abandoned field. Good context. What used to be a nursery, but many years ago was knocked down, and just seems to be overgrown ever since. I'll also show what looks like in the day in my next videos. My house camera capturing light, giant lights moving across the bushes, many things flashing lights and all sorts. So there's some really good context there. It looks like this was filmed from indoors. Obviously, we've got what looks to be a window handle here and a window frame out into the night sky. So let's take a little look. Obviously, that does initially, straight off the bat, bring into thought, like, possible light reflections from inside. But we'll make our own judgments on that when we get into it. Let's go. Okay. Obviously, interesting. Very interesting. This person, I assume, would probably know if this was something coming from inside. They seem like a very logical person, especially with wanting to kind of break down the footage. But let's watch it back again. Obviously, the first thing that we saw there was some flashes. And then we see what seems to be flashes through a tree line. What I do notice straight off the bat is I think this could be a house over here, because it looks like there's a window. Obviously, this looks like a residential area with the lights across the back fence. So is there a possibility that this could be like a porch light, you know, like a spotlight outside? Possibly. I mean, I don't live there. I don't know. It's hard to tell because it's very, very dark. But then again, I think someone like this would probably know if living in their area, if something was coming from their house. Obviously, it doesn't equate for the lights that are caught up in the night sky, which, you know, like what we've just seen here, these flashing lights, they don't give off the radiant, especially that one. It's hella bright, too high to be a helicopter, too inconsistent to be a plane. Possibility of a drone. Everyone talks about drones, but I don't know. I'm not convinced on that. And then obviously, again, I do think that this could possibly just be a spotlight from what looks to be a house right here. Those are just my thoughts and opinions on it. Obviously, I can't explain the one up in the sky. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. On to the next one. So, this is actually beach cam footage, right? Which is really, really interesting, of an alleged UAP, most likely a meteor, they do admit, entering the atmosphere an inch below the timestamp of 27. And streaking, so I think it's over here, around here that we'll capture it. And streaking low across the sky, 37, Sharp Park Beach, Pacifica, 1 hour ago. Right, good context there. Let's take a look at the full clip before we break it down. Off we go. Obviously, we can't miss it. We can't miss it. Obviously, it comes in quite late into the clip, and it does shoot across the sky. I mean, the trajectory of it, to me, doesn't scream meteor. Obviously, I know cameras have this like wide lens, but this kind of seems to be going in an upward trajectory whilst heading to the right, as opposed to, like, you would see it go in the opposite direction, kind of having this like downward look. But this thing shoots across the sky, and it seems like it goes from here upwards. Do you see what I'm saying? It like seems to start down here, and by the time it finishes, it's kind of up here. So meteors, you'd expect to start maybe up here and then probably work their way down, so it'd be lower on the screen when it finishes. But this starts lower, ends higher. Again, that's something that kind of throws me a little bit, because I'm not too sure. Like I say though, I know that these kind of cameras do have a fisheye lens, so it can kind of distort the look of something to make it, obviously they want to get the wide angle, so it gives it that wide lens, which does kind of distort a picture. But if we took the railing, for example, the railing does look rather straight. So that still doesn't, in my mind, equate for the meteor or whatever it is that shoots across the sky to kind of go in an upward trajectory. It should be going in a downward trajectory. Maybe some people will say it's a bird of some kind going across, and then the shutter rate's obviously just not that great. But let me just see it one more time. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not convinced about a bird, because a bird, in my mind, doesn't leave a trail behind it. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. We've only got one more clip that I want to show you guys. It is one of the longer clips that we've got, but this is actually captured from a commercial pilot. Now, I'm always intrigued by UFO clips that are captured by commercial pilots, because obviously they spend a lot of time up in the sky, and they know what they're seeing, right? They're experienced flight people. They know what should and what shouldn't be in the sky. And when they're intrigued by something, usually it means that I'm intrigued by something. But for a bit of context about this, a friend who was a commercial pilot for a major US airline sent this to me. A pilot colleague of his filmed this over in a cockpit over North America. It gets very interesting towards the end. note that it's quote interesting towards the end. Let's take a look. Right. Obviously a lot to break down there. So obviously the clip starts out pretty simple, let's say. But then towards the end we obviously start to notice this kind of halo effect that has it takes effect around the front of whatever this may be. I've seen this before. A few months ago there was a clip that went viral and it even made local news, where this was captured on someone's cell phone when they stepped outside with their kids and stuff, and it had this kind of halo effect that we see towards the end of the clip. Obviously when we zoom into it we can start to see it taking form right here. Now in the clip that I've seen previously, this was allegedly just a SpaceX launch. Apparently this is quite common for satellites and for when they're going up into orbit and stuff, for this like halo effect to take hold. But if I'm perfectly honest with you, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced in the slightest. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe it. But I don't feel like this is a SpaceX launch. Obviously, I'd love to be proved wrong. So if you have any more context that can really help me understand this, then for sure, please be sure to let me know in the comments below. But for me, there's something more to this than just it being a SpaceX launch. I feel like everything at the minute is blamed on SpaceX or drones. And I don't feel like this could be either, especially as the halo starts off closer. And as the video progresses, this like halo windbreaker seems to just distance itself from the craft, almost as if it's like a windshield. I don't know. I really don't know. And this is one that truly does baffle me when I take a look at it, because I remember the one that I saw, like I said, that made the news previously, and they were baffled by it as well, especially as there were no SpaceX launches within the area, but somehow it was still SpaceX that got the blame for it. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of these clips that we've shown today down in the comments. Obviously, if you've got any clips that you see online, or you've got any clips that you've captured yourself, please send them over to me. You can Instagram it, Facebook me, you know, over on Laney and Ben, or you can email me at laneyandben@gmail.com. And I would love to take a look at some of the footage that you guys capture. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button. Until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.